What up, players? It's WarbossTae up in his mug. Welcome to my final video on how to paint the Korps of Krieg Death Rider. So the colors we're going to use are Abaddon Black, Carrick Stone, Mephiston Red, Rust Gray, Fenrisian Gray, Runefang Steel, and that's it. Thumbs up. Let's go. This is also a July painting challenge appreciation video for Daniel Sprinkle. A lot of you guys will know Daniel because of his fantastic historical miniatures. Rust Gray we're going to start with, highlighting the uniform. And it was really inspiring to see him posting his videos because he posted just about the entire month. And even after the month ended, he's still posting videos. And he's a great guy. It sounds like he's got a great family. He did all the secondary objectives of filming stuff away from the painting table. And he's just a really cool guy. So Daniel, if you're watching this, if you're still on YouTube, if you're still working on your painting challenge videos, thank you for taking part this year. And I look forward to see how you continue on with all of your projects. Millennium Falcon, I'm thinking, buddy. I'll definitely want to follow up on that with you. Alright, so after an Agrax Earthshade, which is what we ended the last video with, it's really cool to see the Rust Gray and how it pops if you just lightly not dry brush it, but lightly brush it and layer it onto the fabric. This is why having a wet palette nearby is great, because it will thin down the paint enough that when you paint it on like this in very smooth, even strokes, it looks like very natural cloth coloring. Okay, so next, now that that's done, what we're going to do, if I can manage to keep this stupid model in frame, is highlight up with Fenrisian Gray. Fenrisian Gray is the next step up in the highlighting series. So that's what we're gonna do. With this we're gonna be, here we go. Good job, Igor, moving the camera up. Thank you, master. I don't even remember what I was saying. So when using Fenrisian Gray, we're highlighting within the Rust Gray that we've already highlighted one step previous. That just means try not to get any of this paint into the areas of the cloth that do not have any Rust Gray on it. So don't forget he's got a collar there. So a little bit of Rust Gray and Fenrisian Gray just to make it pop. You don't need too much, and there you can see I'm accidentally, it looked like the sleeve from the front, but that part of the top of the arm right there on the left is clearly an armor plate, which I'm gonna realize in the next step or two. So yeah, definitely check out Daniel Sprinkle. He had a great project this year. It was his first time taking part in the challenge, and I very much appreciate all of his work. Mephiston Red, because as you know, the July painting challenge, she is a cruel mistress, and it's always great to have new participants joining up, and I just want to keep the community going in that regard. He also posted up some awesome pictures of this convention he went to after the July painting challenge, so he is definitely a cool guy to know. There's only two things we're doing with this Mephiston Red. We're painting a little highlight color to the standard, and we're gonna tag his little campaign badge on the left side of his collar. Now you might notice that I don't highlight the Caliban green, and that is because I didn't think about it, but now that I'm looking at it, I think a kind of Caliban green mixed with a cream color like Ushabti Bone or something, 50-50 of that will make a nice highlight. You don't want yellow in the green highlight. Runefang Steel next, so you don't want to do like a moot green, or even maybe like a scar snake green would be inappropriate, but you do want some cream bone color in your highlight for Caliban green, and then maybe tying it down with like a BL tan wash or a Quelea Nightshade wash would help as well. So now what we're doing is I've got the Runefang steel right on the tip of my brush, and I'm basically just creating some very random scratch weathering patterns on the hard edges of our horsey's mask. The great thing about doing these chipped effects is that you can really not worry too much about where these chips are going. You want to kind of random patterning. So we're doing that on all these angles of the horse's head armor. And you also want to get the piping for the rebreather just a little bit. You don't want too much in there. And again, less is more, so the more paint you wipe off on your napkin, the better it's going to be. And now I'm just basically looking for all these silver bits and adding some highlight scratches and weathering. And the entrenching tool right here. The reason why I'm very sparing with the Runefang steel color is because it looks too unrealistic if you paint more Runefang steel up on the model. It looks a little cartoonish. Having a very thin weathering line, as you see here on the shoulder pad, it helps to make the edges of that material pop, so that your eye is drawn to it just a little bit more. Ooh, excuse me. And at the same time, it also gives a nice frame to it, and just helps to balance out the composition. Okay, here's where I realize I gotta go back and fix up this shoulder pad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some Abaddon Black and just paint it black. And I'm going to mix in a little bit of lead belcher, and I'm going to paint the top black as well, just so it matches. Of course, this is a step that I had to do, but you don't need to do it. Carrying back on is we are highlighting the helmet. Usually what I find one of the most tedious parts of painting up whole batches of these guys is the chipped helmet look that I give all of my Korps of Krieg figures. Basically, you're just feathering on this pattern. Alright, next we're taking some Mephiston Red. Where are we putting this? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, campaign badge. So what I've started doing now is I've taken the Karak stone and I'm just basically highlighting up his rebreather gas mask. For those of you who've seen me paint my Korps of Krieg or who've watched my How to Paint Korps of Krieg videos, that should be pretty familiar. Okay, Abaddon Black. I think this is going to be the last step. We're just going to give this guy a pedicure. So we're painting in all the nails on the bottom of his hooves. Gross. The claws there. And that is going to do it for us. Whew. I should definitely drink more coffee before I start recording. Thanks for watching, everybody. I am really enjoying wrapping up this Death Korps of Krieg project. I've only got a quartermaster and his retinue to finish, which I am totally confident I can do in no time at all. So thanks for watching, and what are we zooming in on? Oh, the tattoo. Awesome. Death Korps of Krieg transfer sheet. So definitely get that if you want it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thumbs up.